Hey everybody, and welcome back to Harry's Music Room. This video is a contest entry for Dave, the old Beatlemaniafan, his channel, and it's being co-sponsored by Rachel, the Music Ma'am. So check out Dave's, I'll put a link to his channel below. He's only got a handful of subscribers right now, so let's try to get them up there and get them running, get them started. So for their contest, what they would like us to do is show 5 albums from 1965. So, of course, the obvious would be the Beatles. Influenced everybody. So just about everything I'm going to show here today was influenced, with the exception of one album, by the Beatles. So the British invasion brought us Hermans Hermits, with Peter Noone as Herman. This album, the title track, I'm Into Something Good, written by Carole King, Jerry Goffin, but it's also got Henry VIII, or I'm sorry, Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter on it. I think when that song came out, I bought the 45, and I remember playing it over and over. You could, if you lifted the changer arm, it would just make the record repeat, and I would just let it play and play and play and play. I loved that song when it came out. But Hermans Hermits, following the Beatles, they had 2 movies they were in. They were actually in 4 films, but only 2 of them were like feature films for them. I think one was Hold On, and I don't recall the name of the second one. Maybe someone out there knows. But anyways, their first single, I'm Into Something Good, knocked the Kinks out of the first place spot on the Billboard charts. So they were pretty good. And then the next album I have is the Dave Clark 5, Having a Wild Weekend. Again, we have another British invasion band who starred in their own movie. That was the thing to do once the Beatles did it. Dave Clark 5 were the second band to appear on the Ed Sullivan Show after the Beatles. They appeared, I believe, 18 different times, which I'm sure must be a record for musical acts on Ed Sullivan. But they were definitely a top 40 band. I loved all their singles. I always bought them. Rarely I ever bought an album until much later in life. They were on Epic label. So for my second choice, we have the Dave Clark 5, Having a Wild Weekend. And then for my third choice, Gary Lewis and the Playboys. Of course, Gary Lewis, being Jerry Lewis's son, had a string of top 40 hits with the backing band of the Wrecking Crew, of course, featuring Leon Russell, who arranged a lot of the music and produced some of it, I believe. But I was a big Jerry Lewis and the Playboys fan. Had a lot of great songs. Gary was drafted into the Army in 1967, and he could have gotten out of it, I'm sure, one way or the other, but he chose to serve. And when he got out of the Army and came back, he found out that his career had was pretty much done. They tried to revive it, but times had changed, and he just wasn't successful in putting out any music that was selling at all. And then for my fourth record, I go with Gary and the Pacemakers, or Jerry and the Pacemakers. Another band that was managed by Brian Epstein, and their hit song "How Do You Do It" was also recorded by the Beatles, and they did the recording. They didn't like the song. They didn't want to release it, so George Martin actually produced Jerry and the Pacemakers to do that song, and it became a big hit for them. And again, you have a British invasion band starring in a movie, and the movie being Ferry Across the Mersey. And then for the last one, we have an American artist, Roger Miller. great novelty songwriter. Songs that have just held up over the years. Everybody knows Dang Me. Everybody knows King of the Road. Can't Roller Skate in the Buffalo Herd. I know James likes that song. Attaboy Girl. You know, you're just a good, talented songwriter. So Roger Miller. So those are my 5 choices for albums from 1965. So go over and check out Dave's site. Let's get him some more subscribers and get it boosted up there and support him. And speaking of support, I want to thank everybody for that have already subscribed to my channel. I appreciate it. Gives me inspiration to keep going and doing more. So I just want to say thank you. And until next time, ciao.